Hello, hi guys, good morning. Morning all. Am I audible? Is my voice reaching to everyone? Can I get the responses, please? Hi Nagendra, good morning. All right, hi Mahesh. Fine guys. So restoring adventure works database in our local SSMS. From this concept we have to start. These are very small concepts only, guys, not a big thing. Okay, how to restore a database, how to take the backup of the database, how to get the database and all this stuff. Okay, so restoring adventure works DB in the private cloud, that is our local SSMS. So how to restore a database? It's very simple. Open SSMS, expand. See, the people who are already working professional, these things are nothing for them. But still, the people who are freshers and who are starting their career as data engineers and all this little small things should be known how to do. For that reason, I have just mentioned this all these things. Okay, so what it is saying, like how to you know restore a database in our local SSMS, okay. So like it is saying, open SSMS, expand the databases folder, right click on database folder, restore database. Okay, so I'll just open the SSMS. So SSMS should be available in your laptops. SQL server should be available in your laptops. Okay, and what all the softwares that we have used. So mostly we have not used any of the software. Everything we have done directly in the Azure portal only. So in a nutshell, if I say, then you should be having one active Azure subscription to do all the labs. Okay, fine. So I'll just connect to the local SSMS. Okay, fine. This is my local SQL server. If I expand the databases, if I expand the databases here, see how many databases we are having here. Many are there actually. Adventure Works 2014, Adventure Works 2019. Okay, DW configuration, DWD diagnostics, DWQ. Okay, Khidash database and practice database. So these are some inbuilt databases which came by itself, and these are the databases that I have restored. Okay, this one, and these two. These two databases I have restored. So what I'm saying here now, see, open SSMS, expand the databases folder. This is the databases folder, expand it. Right click on databases folder. Okay, right click on databases folder and say here restore database. Okay, restore database here. Okay, after the word is in, click on device radio button. Click on device radio button, then click on the three dots beside device radio button. Click on these three dots beside device radio button, and then click on add, navigate to the path in our local, okay, correctly where we kept our .back file of adventure works. Okay, so navigate to the path in our local laptop correctly. So click on add here. Okay, see, these are the database that I'm having. Let us take this one. If I take where I kept this one, I kept it in this path, I believe. Okay. C program files, Microsoft SQL Server. Okay. Microsoft SQL 16, so and so backup. Okay. I kept this database here, Kidash db.back. Okay. Fine. I'm taking this one. Say okay. But I think this database is already available, Kidash db. So it will not do the backup of this database because a database with this name already existing. Okay, so what I'll do, I'll delete this database. I'll delete this database here. Okay, right click, simply say here delete those existing connections. Click on okay. Fine. Take your refresh database. I have deleted slash db. Now I'll come here. I'll take this database with db.back, say okay, say okay, okay. Cannot access the properties or methods for the Microsoft this one db because it's been dropped. Okay, so 1 minute, hold on. Okay, I'll take this one. Okay, I'll go here. I'll say here Naresh IT, Azure Data Engineer, Adventure Works Databases. Okay, but this won't happen because a database already there with this name. Okay, database Adventure Works 2014 restored successfully. See, data Adventure Works 2014 is already there. Hold on. Okay, I'm having some database with a name called Naresh Adventure Works. Okay, Naresh Adventure Works. Now this database I can restore. Okay, restore database. The Adventure Works, Naresh Adventure Work database didn't come, right? Let me do one thing. Let me first take the backup of the database. Okay. Let me take the backup of the database. Hold on. Okay. I'll say login, connect to local SSMS, right click DB, task backup. Okay. If I want to take the backup of the database, task, I will say here backup. You can add, click here. Okay. And keeping here in this folder. Okay. I'm just giving the name as nareshDB.back. Okay. I'm taking the backup of the database. The backup of database Adventure Works 2014 completed successfully. I think these are the default paths that they are taking. If I want to restore the database now, why it is saying no backup selected? Hold on, guys. Let me create a new database itself only. I'm creating a new database. Hold on. Okay, this I'm keeping as default only. Just remove this too. I'll say okay. Okay. I'll come here and I will take some sample queries. I'm taking some sample queries here. I'll take it as Naresh DB. Okay. And in this Naresh database, I'm creating this three tables. Okay. Cars, countries, and movies. And I'm inserting the data. Okay. Fine. Now tables has been created in Naresh DB. This database I have created and the tables also have been inserted in this database. See, cars, countries, and movies. These three tables I have created in this database. Rest all these are the default objects of database that will get created by itself. Okay. I'll close this one. First, I'll take the backup of this database. I'll take the backup of this database. Okay. I'll say here backup. 1 minute. Okay. Add, click on three dots. Okay, I click here on ads. I click here on three dots. I'm choosing the path where to keep this one. So in my Adventure Works DB, I'll keep it here. Okay, practice db dot back. Okay, go to this particular path. You can go to any path in your system. Okay, giving the backup name as practice db, or I'm giving it as what, practice nourish db. I'm just saying here practice nourish db dot back, or any name you can give, any path you can store here. I'm choosing this path. This is the name I'm giving. Say okay. Okay, say okay. Okay, so it's actually taking the backup in this C drive, not in D drive. It is taking from C drive. It has kept the backup in C drive. If you guys have noticed, I'm not sure. Okay, now see, backup is being done. Okay, now if I want that database to be restored, okay, then I'll say here restore database. You guys click on this three dot, click on add. See, where it has stored in C drive, it has stored in some path. Okay, for time's sake, if I take any one of this database, let us take uh, Kidash DB. I think this database is not available. Small things are troubling here. I'll first take the backup of the database. Hold on. Okay, here I'm having only one table, practice in this database. Here I'm having multiple tables here. So if I take the backup of this one, it is storing at one particular path, guys. Okay, that path, I'll just find it out. Hold on. Okay, task backup. Hmm. See, in C drive, MS SQL backup. Here it is storing. If I come here, C drive, okay, Microsoft SQL Server it is, program files. Okay, it is not keeping wherever you want actually. That's the catch that I did just now. Microsoft SQL Server. Where is Microsoft SQL Server here? Microsoft SQL Server. Then, but it should not do like this. It should allow whichever place we want. Okay, then MS SQL 16, MS SQL Server. MS SQL 16, MS SQL 16 dot MS SQL Server. Okay, this one. Then MS SQL, then backup. Yeah, here it is. See, here the backups are. Okay, so what I'll do, I'll take it as Naresh practice db dot back. I'm not having a database any name as such. See, so I'll give this name. I'll say okay, okay, and say okay. Backup failed for this one. Why it is troubling like this? Or maybe I do not have proper permissions or what? As per my knowledge, I kept the backups here only. This backup also, it is not restoring, right? See, this path is same. Practice Naresh DB dot back. I don't know why it's making me struggle. Microsoft.SQL client.SQL server, the media loaded on this one, okay, is formatted to support two media families. The three media families are expected according to the backup device specification. Why it is not taking the backup? Very simple steps. See, steps for taking the database backup. It's not working out. It is not taking from any path. The backup destination is already been selected. D Naresh IT, Azure Data Engineering folder, Adventure Works DBs, practice dot back. Okay, this is correct only. Okay, I'm keeping on this path. This path it is, which backup should come here. Okay, guys, give me some time for this issue. Let me find it out. What is the problem here? Okay, leave it. This I'll explain in the next class. This I'm getting, I'm getting wrong things in my mood now. Okay, restoring of the database and taking the backup of the database. Very simple. These are very simple things. I don't know why it's troubling me. Okay, I did this previously also. It's not something I'm doing it for the first time. Maybe some settings has disturbed in my SSMS. I don't know exactly. So restoring the database, okay, in local SSMS and taking the backup of the database. I'll show this to in the next class. Let me put some left and right things here. Let me give a kick to these things here. Okay. Anyone knows anything here? Like anyone can help me? Ramakrishna or Divakar? Any working professional here who can help me out? What is this issue? Guys, am I audible or not? Hello? So Divakar, you have never worked on databases. Very simple thing, yeah. This is very simple things. Time pass things these are. These are all time pass things. I'm getting, really I'm getting frustrated now. Simple things are troubling. If something like, ADF or database is troubling, that makes sense. How to create a database, how to create a tables. I have shown that one. It's very simple. Okay. Let's say backup here. See, backup has completed successfully. Backup has completed successfully here. Okay. Fine. This is my backup. What I did, right click, task, backup. I'm keeping my backup here in this path. D Naresh IT Azure Data Engineering folder, Adventure Works 2019.back. Okay, leave it, guys. I'll show these two concepts. I'll show in the next class. What is the two concepts? That is backup of SQL DB and restoring of SQL DB. I'll show these two concepts in the next class. Leave it. Okay, it's not our time productive. If something is troubling, we have to give some time to it. Okay, we have to have some patience. Okay, these two concepts, backup of SQL database, how to take the backup, and restoring of SQL database. I'll show this in the next class. Yes, I'll show in the next class. Okay, leave it, leave it. Okay, next I'm having database migration assistant concept. Okay, DMA. What is database migration assistant? Data migration assistant helps us to migrate the data. What it will do, it helps us to migrate the data, often from on-premises location to cloud platforms. The data migration assistant also helps us to upgrade to a modern data platform by detecting compatibility issues that can impact the database functionality when we upgrade to a new version of SQL Server or migrate to Azure SQL database. It recommends performance and reliability improvement of our target environment, and allows us to move our schema data or database objects from source server to target servers. That is like, you are having one database in your private cloud, in your on-prem, and you are doing a migration from your on-prem to your public cloud. Now, with this database migration assistant tool, you can either do a complete full migration or else you can do a partial migration. Okay. Assesses on-premises SQL Server instances migrating to Azure. Okay. So what is this? It is saying we can do the assessment and we can do the migration. Assesses on-premises SQL Server instance migrating to Azure SQL database or Azure SQL managed instance. The assessment workflow helps to detect the following issues which may affect our Azure SQL migration and provides detailed guidelines on how to resolve them. Like, you can first do the assessment. Once your assessment is done, then you can do the migration blocking issues, discovers the compatibility issues that blocks migrating on-premises SQL Server database to Azure SQL database. Okay, database migration assistance provides recommendations to help you address those issues. DMA provides a comprehensive set of recommendations, alternative approaches available in Azure, and mitigating steps so that we can incorporate them into our migration projects. Okay, so what I'll do here, these are the steps, guys. Migration process or procedure of Azure SQL database or database objects from on-premises to Azure cloud computing. How to migrate? Okay, ensure that we have installed SQL Server 2019 SSMS and Microsoft Data Migration Assistant in our local laptop, and collation of source and target databases are same. Database collation should also be same when we are, migrating. Create a database in our local server on-prem. So I'm having one database. Let us take the database is this one. Small database I'm having, or else you can take this database also, Naresh DB. Here I'm having 3 tables. Okay, let us take this Naresh DB database. I'm having 3 tables. Collation is what? If you go to properties of the database, then here you are finding what? Collation. Latin one general CIAS. This is called collation. This should be same for both your on-prem database and your cloud database. When you are migrating this on-prem database to your cloud, when you are migrating this on-prem database data to cloud database, that is what I am saying here. Okay, fine. Collation of source and target database are same. Create a database in our local server, that is there already. Create a table in our local DB with same data, with some data in it. This is also there. See, this database is there in my local only. This is my local SQL server. I'm having a database. I'm having these 3 tables. Okay, fine. Create a table in our local database with some data. This is also done. Create SQL server and SQL DB in Azure Cloud Platform. What it is saying? SQL server and Azure SQL server and SQL DB in Azure Cloud Platform. So I'll come to here. portal.azure.com. Okay, I'll search for SQL Server, SQL databases, click on create. Okay, I'll take this one. I'll take this as like, my SQL DB. Okay, I'm creating a new server here. Let us give the server name as SQL Server in Azure. Okay, name already taken. So take a unique name here. This SQL database deployment in Azure cloud computing, we have done 100 times. Correct or not, guys? We have done this 100 times if you guys remembered. Okay, I'll take the name as Gareth. I'll pass this password. Okay, Gareth, and password is this one. Password, confirm password. Okay, so I'm saying here MySQL DB. I'll make it like this: SQL DB in Azure. Okay, fine. I'll take the standard here. I'll take it as, sorry, 20 GB. I'll say here 20 DTUs. I'm making it as public endpoint so that I can access it easily. No tension as such. I want it none. Review and create. Let the DB server and DB gets deployed in our cloud computing. Hold on. I'm waiting for the deployment to get completed here. This is what I have mentioned. Next, open the database migration assistant in your local laptop and follow the steps as shown below. In the so I'll just open this one, database migration assistant. This software you have to install, guys. This tool you have to install in your laptops. In your laptops, you have to install this tool. Okay, open this one, data migration assistant. Okay, deployment is completed. So I'm having a database with this name. Okay, and this is my server. This is my SQL server in Azure. SQL database in Azure. Okay, all these things I'm just keeping at one place here. Okay, this is my database migration assistant. So if you notice here, okay, what I'll do, I will come here to my database migration assistant. Okay, I'll say here I want to migrate. I want to do the migration. That's why I'm choosing here migration. Project name, I'll take it as my first migration. My first migration. Source is what? SQL server. Okay, this I want to migrate. These tables I want to migrate to cloud database. This database is where in my local. And if I want to connect to my cloud database, then that is this one. What is the password we have given? This is the password. Say connect. Okay, see, this is the database we have created in our cloud server. And if you see the tables, here we don't have the tables in our database. Okay, see, some system external tables and all. These tables are by default, which will be created with the database. These tables I'm going to migrate now. These tables are having data. If you open a new query, if you say here, select star from cars, one table I have created as cars. Select the star from dbo.cars. If you mention this, execute this one. See, I'm having some data. Lot of data I'm having here. Okay. How many records are there? Select count of star from this table. For 28 records are there. 428 records are there. Okay, in this table. Not sure how many records are there in this table. Let me check. I'll just migrate any one table data because the migration will take a huge time. I'm writing a query here to find out the number of records in all these tables. Okay, see, here I'm having 428 records, here I'm having 17 records, here I'm having 112. So I'll take this one. I'll take a countries table. Why? Because it is having less number of records, so the migration will happen soon. Okay, so I'll take this table. Let me check how many columns are there. Okay, some countries are there: Australia, Brazil, Canada, China, Indonesia, Israel. Where is our India? India is not there. No, India is not there. Israel, Italy, and Indonesia is there. Fine. All right. So these are the some records. Any table you can take, guys. Why I'm taking small table is because it will take less time for the migration. So now I'll say here source is SQL Server. Target is what? SQL database managed instance, SQL Server on Azure Virtual Machine. I'll just say here Azure SQL database. I want to migrate to Azure SQL database. I want to migrate both schema and data. Both I want to migrate schema and data, right? I'll select this one. If you want to migrate only data, then you can select this one. But I'm not having schema also. Schema means for structure of the table. Okay, you can migrate only schema if you want. I want to go with schema and data here. Click on create. Okay, once you click on create, hold on for some time. It got stuck, guys. 1 minute, hold on. Okay, now it got opened. Now server name. This is source server name. What is your source server name? I'll just give here. This one is my source server name. Click on connect. Okay. It's collecting the source server information. Okay. There are validations error. It is saying I take here mostly Windows authentication only. Click on connect here. Instead of giving this one, let me give the dot here just. Okay. I can give just the dot. See, it has accepted now. With dot name, it has accepted. Fine. Dot means what? A server admin only. Okay. Now, what database I want to migrate? Naresh database. In Naresh database, I want to migrate this countries table and data. So I'll go here. I'll say Naresh database. Okay. And I'll say here next. Now target. What is my target server? This is my target server. I'm doing a migration from, okay, on premises to cloud. I'll say here SQL Server authentication. Username we have given as what? This one, Gareth. This is our username that we have given, and this is the password that we gave. Fine. I'll say here now connect. It is collecting the databases here. Hold on. In the target, there are validation cells in the target server. Please fix the issue and go to the next step. What is the issue? There are validation errors in the target server. Please fix the issue and go to the next step. Invalid target server details were specified for the migration validator. SQL server in Azure 1515. Why it is invalid target server details it is saying? Verify that the instance name is correct and that SQL server is configured to allow remote connections. It should come, boss. Else, I think I have to give in this way. Hold on. I have to give the full name of the server. .database.windows.net. See, I have to give the full name. I was giving just a SQL server in Azure 1515. That I have to give the complete database.windows.in full name. I have to give. I'll write the steps, guys. Next, I'll give you these steps, or else you can watch the video recordings. Okay, these things, small things, we are missing it out. Okay, fine. Then next, SQL DB in Azure. Okay, I'll say connect for it. Okay, then next I'll say here go to the next step. Okay, what is the issue again? Acha. See now what it is saying. Naresh DB collation, okay, is this one does not match the target DB collation. What is the target DB collation is this one SQL Latin 1 general CP1 CIAS. So what I'll do, I'll take this collation, I'll come here, okay, and I will change the collation of Naresh DB same as Cloud DB. So what is the query that I have to use? This one. Okay, this is the query that you see. Use the below script to change the collation of the database in SSMS. Okay, so see, same SQL Latin 1, general CP1 CIAS. What I'm doing, I'm changing the collation of my Naresh DB. Okay, as per my Cloud DB. Just type this query. Sorry, here you have to give the database name. The database name is Naresh DB. Okay, Naresh DB. Go here, execute. Sorry. Here you have to remove these comments. Okay, commands completed successfully. Come here, take a refresh, right click, go to properties and see here you will finding the collision has been changed. SQL Latin 1 general CP1 CIAS. Okay, CP1 CIAS. That is being done now. Close this one and say here next. Okay, I want this only. Just hold on. Take one step back. Say next here. Okay, pass the password. Target. Say next. What is the issue, man? This we have fixed, right? We have fixed this issue. It has not updated at the backend. At the backend, it has not updated. That's why it is showing. I clicked on connect previously. See, I click on connect. Shall I click connect on one more time? I have to say next now. After the target has been detected, I'll say here next. Actually, it has to update at the backend. It will take some time in the tool. In this database migration assistant tool, it should get updated that we have changed the collection. See, it is saying still the same collection. Collection is not in similar. That's the problem. So I'll delete this migration. Okay, I'll close this tool. In the tool, it has to be updated actually. Target. This is the target, right? Password. Okay. Now see, it is proceeding for the next steps. Last time it was not proceeding for the next step because collision we have updated here. Here we have updated, but here in the tool it was not got updated. So what I did, simply I close the tool, I open it again. These things happens. Okay, next is what we are having. We are planning to migrate the countries, right? So I'll just select, I want to migrate only the countries table. Okay, fine. Say here, next, generate the SQL script. Okay, the script has been generated for the migration by the tool itself only. Just say here, deploy the schema. Okay, deployment of the schema is done, completed successfully. Okay, next say here, migrate the data. Okay, see among the three objects, cars, countries, and movies, we have choose to migrate the countries table only. Select the table has been selected. Start data migration. What I'm saying here, start a data migration. Okay, so if you come here, see table is there, cars table is there or not? No, sorry, countries table. Previously it was not there. Now countries table is came. Countries table came here. How? Because the migration has been completed. See, countries successfully one completed, one server object. It is showing still in progress. Hold on. Previously this table was not there. Countries table was not there. Only just database was there. Na? This is our cloud server. This is our local server. So what we have done, we have migrated this one particular table, countries, from my local server to my cloud server. The migration is still going on. Hold on. It is still showing in progress. Okay. This is been done. Next, what I'll do. Okay. Guys, I'll just come back in 1 minute. Okay. Now the migration has been completed, guys. Okay. This is done. Migration completed just in 10 seconds. Very small records was there. Very small amount of data. Yeah. Yes. Yes. So now I'll just come here. I will open a new query. I'm opening where in my cloud server. Now I'll see whether the data is being successfully migrated or not. Okay. Super. See, the data is migrated successfully. The data migrated successfully. Why I have taken small table? Because guys, see, this table is having just 13 records only. This countries table is having just 13 records. Okay. Why I have taken this one is because, okay, the migration will go very fast. The migration will happen very fast. When I am selecting here, okay, when I say here, select count of star from, see, all the 17 records has been migrated successfully. That is what, guys, that is what the migration here. So what you have to do, this collation you have to change. Use the below script to change the collation of database in local SSMS or local server also you can say. Okay, that is the thing, guys. That's it. Fine. So what I'll do in Monday's class, okay, tomorrow and day after tomorrow we are not having class. On Monday, okay, next class we are having on Monday. Monday, I'll show you the backup and restore of the databases, which is troubling us. And also I'll cover SQL concepts. SQL concepts, different SQL queries. Okay, SQL queries, SQL syntaxes. Okay, I'll cover it on Mondays and Tuesdays. So mostly, guys, next week we are going to finish this batch. We are left with like maybe 2 3 classes, not more than that. So maybe Tuesday would be our last class, or depends. We'll see how it goes. Fine. All right, guys. Any questions, anyone? I'll provide next week. Mahesh, I'll provide the sample resume next week. Okay. Still, the classes is not been completed. Okay. Dumps, I want. Okay. I'll share the dumps here. I'll share the dumps, guys. Hold on for a minute. I'll share the dumps. Shalom करो. Shalom पापा. खाना खा लिया? Okay. Oats खाए. Okay. So I'm just sharing the sample resume, guys. Hold on for a minute. Sorry, dumps you have asked, right? I'm sharing the dumps. Hold on, hold on. So where are the dumps here? I'm going to give some assignments. It's a POCs kind of projects only that you have to do it. I kept the dumps. Where I kept it, I'm not getting it, guys. PySpark notebooks, processed raw SQL script. Hmm. Here is the dumps. DP 203 certification dumps. Okay. Hey, you can get it in the Google also, guys. Okay. 1 minute, hold on. Let me upload the dumps file here. Okay. Fine. This is the link. Go ahead and download the dumps, guys. Material is also there. Dumps is also there. Go ahead and download it. Data migration assistant download. Okay. Here it is. Okay. Fine. Important selecting language below will dynamically change the complete page content to the language. Okay. I'm saying here English. Download this one. Okay. Just to you put in Google, you will get it here. You guys will ask for everything. Getting error for what, Mahesh? Link to download the data migration assistant. You're getting error for this link to open. Why it is getting error for you? Okay, it's downloaded now. Okay, good, fine. All right, guys. So that's it for today's class. We'll connect again tomorrow. We'll connect again on Monday, and we'll see the other concepts on Monday. Okay. Yes, you have to create a new account, Saif. What is there to ask me here? If the previous account got expired, you have to create a new account. Yes. New account cannot be created with the same card with same mail ID. Change the mail ID, change the credit card also to create a new account. Okay. All right. All right, guys. Am I good to close the class now or any other questions? Okay. Bye, guys. Bye, everyone. Have a nice day ahead. Take care. We'll connect again on Monday. Bye, everyone.